The organizers used alias names when they booked venues. A representative from one of the venues told The Sun that they had no idea they were renting their space to Twin Flames Universe. The Twin Flames Universe is really working overtime to try to change their public image. But don't you worry, I am here to remind you that they are still a cult and they're leaning more and more into cultdom every single day. In my previous video about the Twin Flames Universe cult and the summit that they had, I expressed concerns about them recently hiring a PR firm to help change their public image into a positive one. But don't you worry, I am here to share with you what some of the local newspapers are saying about this group. So sit back, relax, and take a deep breath. It's time to let the fresh air in. Hello, everyone. Welcome back, or welcome if you're new. I hope you are having a wonderful day so far. My name is Erin, and I am fascinated by all things cults, true crime, and unique spiritual practices. I like to post a couple of videos like this every single week, and I love doing cult deep dives and doing some true crime cases. So if that's something you're interested in, I would love to have you subscribed here. I also have a Patreon, which I keep forgetting to mention, but yes, I do have a Patreon that you can join to get some extra bonus content and fun little things in each tier. So please make sure you go check that out. I only have a couple members and it feels weird to do a live for one person. So once I get some more people in there, I will definitely be going live over there every single month. So make sure to sign up for that tier. Anyways, everybody, welcome to this week's episode. Guys, I feel relieved, okay? I was really getting concerned. I was like, what are we gonna do? Do I keep talking about this group? Do I take a back seat? Do I wait and observe and just keep collecting information? But then one of you beautiful people emailed me again, and I really, really appreciate it. So, not only today are we going to read an article that was posted locally where Jeff and Shalia live, we are also going to check out their revamped, redesigned website and read a few of their, I guess you would call them blogs, about what some of the ideology is that they're spreading. Because I can tell you, it's utterly shocking. I'm talking, they literally answer the question, what do you do if your twin flame is with someone else? I'll give you one guess what they tell you to do. Anyways, let's jump right into this article because I think you guys are really going to enjoy it. So this is from the Glen Arbor Sun. It's titled Twin Flames Universe Holds Covert Traverse City Wedding. It's an investigative article. Locals work behind the scenes to spread awareness about cult. Jacob Wheeler, you are a gem of a human. The Twin Flames Universe cult had a wedding on June 16th for Christina Fernandez and Daniel Carboni at Hickory Hills in Traverse City. The photos and cell phone videos suggested a typical northern Michigan summer wedding. Guests dressed to the nines and seated in outdoor chairs on a green lawn, microphones on a stage bedecked with flowers off to the left. A cellist strums chords as a photographer roams the aisle. And behind the ceremony, a giant white tent with a dance floor awaits for revelers to shake the night away. But the wedding held between Daniel and Christina on Sunday, June 16th at the Lodge at Hickory Hills, Traverse City's municipal-owned ski hill, was anything but typical. The nuptials were the culmination of a 4-day spiritual life summit held by the Twin Flames Universe, or Church of Union, a new age relationship cult. I love that they call it a cult. Ooh. A new age relationship cult run by Sutton Bay residents Jeff and Shalia Ayan. Their group gained infamy in November 2023 when Netflix released a scathing three-part series called Escaping Twin Flames, which cast the Ians, who now use the last name Divine, and their network as a controversial community that preys on people looking for love. The series, which at the time became the most viewed Netflix show nationwide, explores allegations of coercive control, indoctrination, and abuse. The Sun first reported on them in November. The Ions are accused of charging their cult members thousands of dollars while pressing them into toxic relationships and manipulating their emotional and mental health struggles, pressuring members of the online community to cut ties with their own families, appealing some to get sex changes, and dissuading members who suffer from depression from seeking mental health treatment. One later took her own life. It's just so sad. It's like utterly heartbreaking. I feel like in every cult I've covered, someone has taken their own life because of the things they're learning within the cult. The summit, which cost between $500 and $700 to attend, reminder that was not including room and board, and which planners cloaked in secrecy, took place June 13th through 16th with events at the Cathedral Barn at the Grand Traverse Commons, Great Wolf Lodge, and Hickory Hills. The lineup included Shalia's hyped Divine Art Show on the opening day, workshops and panel discussions, and the Sunday wedding. To avoid detection, the organizers used alias names when they booked venues. A representative from one of the venues told The Sun that they had no idea they were renting their space to Twin Flames Universe. What? The Hickory Hills wedding on June 16th was booked under the name Ariel Corley, Traverse City officials said after The Sun submitted a Freedom of Information Act request to learn the name of the applicant. It's unclear what role, if any, Ariel Corley plays in the Twin Flames universe. There are several Ariel Corleys in Michigan, as well as one who once studied in Sedona, Arizona, where Shalia was living in 2012 under her birth name, Megan Plant, or Plante, when she met Jeff Ion online. According to Carboni and Fernandez's marriage license filed June 17th with Grand Traverse County, the wedding was officiated by Jose Sanchez, himself a master certified ascension coach with Twin Flames. The witnesses who signed the marriage license were fellow ascension coaches Michaela Sanchez and Christine Emmerich. Emmerich is also affiliated with the Church of Union and has been listed as the cult's chief operations officer. It just makes me so happy to see this in writing that he just keeps calling, the writer keeps calling the group a cult, which not everyone has the balls to do. Sanchez's mailing address outside of Traverse City is the same address associated with Emmerich's Church of Union. Concerned citizens organize. The group's secrecy and reluctance to share the locations of its Traverse City events beforehand with former Twin Flames members likely helped them bypass an effort by an informal group of concerned individuals who call themselves Citizens for the Prevention of Predatory Commerce to stop the Spiritual Life Summit from happening here. Twin Flames stopped selling tickets for the summit on May 23rd, even though the event wasn't sold out. Those citizens worked behind the scenes, contacting many venues in the Traverse City region and Leelanau County and encouraging them to exercise due diligence if contacted by Twin Flames Universe or Church of Union. At least 2 prominent local wedding venues refused to host Twin Flames after they were warned by the CPPC. You guys are doing incredible work. If any of you involved in this organization sees this video, props to you. According to emails sent by CPPC, which the group shared with The Sun, Twin Flames targets vulnerable people, those with PTSD, disenfranchised members of the LGBTQ+ community, the lonely, the depressed, etc. It provides psychological services by presenting them as coaching. It uses a multi-level marketing model to enlist ascension coaches who extol the teachings of its guru, Jeff Divine, who proclaims to be Christ incarnate. He and his wife have legally changed their names 3 times and now reside near Suttons Bay. This organization advertises that it will channel all income from the June event through the 501c church. Oh, wow. now, the following allegations have been filed with the IRS by CPPC. Church of Union acts as a shell corporation that has been set up to evade federal taxes and enrich its officers who receive income as TFU Ascension coaches. By virtue of its own marketing materials, the spiritual summit will be a sales event to coerce the vulnerable into signing up for high-priced ascension coaching so that they can find their divine twin flame union. CPPC believes this has every characteristic of fraud. And that is what I've been saying from the beginning, that it's very interesting that this for-profit organization very conveniently is connected to a church which would be a non-profit organization and thus tax exempt considering it's a church. And this summit, which is through Twin Flames Universe, oh no, 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 it's actually funding the Church of Union. So when you pay, you're actually helping support a church. Because remember, Jeff and Shalia also encourage tithing and encourage their followers to give the church 10% of their income because of the prosperity gospel. The more you give to the church, the more God will give you in return. Yeah. Wearing red on stage to spite Jeff. On February 22nd, the National Writers Series brought Dr. Janya LaLynch, author of Take Back Your Life, Recovering from Cults and Abusive Relationships, and Twin Flame survivor Keely Griffin to the Traverse City Opera House for an event packed with drama, emotion, and education about the nature of cults, both in the online world and pre-internet. Sun editor Jacob Wheeler was the evening's guest host and interviewed LaLynch and Griffin on stage. Griffin and LaLynch explained to a nearly sold-out audience why they believe Twin Flames is a harmful cult that appeals to young women in particular and exerts financial, emotional, and even sexual control over them. They're taking over women who never in their lives dreamed of being trans and convincing them to do gender transition surgery, says LaLynch, herself a cult survivor during the 1970s and 80s. It's tragic and it's right here in your backyard. Leaving a cult can be emotionally and financially difficult, she added. You've cut yourself off from your family. Your whole life depends on you staying. You so deeply believe, you so deeply trust the leader. It's like in the old days when a woman was in a DV situation and people would say, why don't you just leave? It's like the sunk cost fallacy. I put so much energy and money and time into this organization, into this person. I can't give all of that up now, you know? It's like you tell yourself these things because it feels like you're better off staying than leaving when you're way better off leaving. Griffin told the Traverse City audience why she finally left Twin Flames. It took 6 months of me seeing red flags and seeing the suffering of what people were going through. I became paranoid, depressed, and anxious. I didn't know who I was anymore. But there was so much I couldn't unsee. I had to leave. At the City Opera House, Griffin wore a red dress she found at Goodwill because she knew this color will piss off Jeff. He never liked people, especially women, dressing in powerful colors. He wants all the power. I wore this dress just to spite him. Imagine being so fragile in your masculinity that you don't like it when women wear red. What? What is wrong with you? Griffin warned that despite the scathing publicity Twin Flames has received, Jeff and Shalia maintain a vision of buying property in northern Michigan and establishing a communal living situation among their members. The cult may have gained more followers since November when the Netflix series aired. Griffin suggested that several dozen people may move to the region, and if the Ions have their way, many more will follow. Griffin described the Spiritual Life Summit that happened this month in Traverse City as Ion's big middle finger to this community and to the world after all the negative press Twin Flames has received. I 100% believe that. Griffin and LaLynch pushed back against popular myths such as cult members are stupid or that people don't understand how someone could join a cult. Cult leaders target and prey on people who are smart and driven, people who can become their spokespeople, their recruitment vessels, said Griffin. It's not stupid, crazy, weird people who get into cults. The cult leaders are not going to take care of you. You are there to take care of them. You're there to build their commune. You're there to take care of children if children exist. You're there to do all the hard labor. You're there to do the emotional labor for the cult leader. You're there to massage the cult leader, whatever the cult leader needs. You make their breakfast. You serve them. You volunteer. You give them your time, your energy, your body in some cases. They don't target people who aren't going to be able to do all of those things for them. They want smart, capable people. When we did our Osho deep dive, he strategically and specifically would target people who were doctors, people who were lawyers, people who had knowledge that he could use for on his behalf, so that when he went and he tried to poison the municipality so they couldn't vote, he was able to try to get away with it somehow because, well, he already had a lawyer on his side, or he already had doctors, so no one ever had to leave the commune. He already had people that were engineers who could build up structures in his commune. It's the same thing, and it is so scary. A drive-by showdown in Sutton's Bay. Griffin admitted that she felt nervous visiting the region where the leaders of her former cult live. Indeed, she and the Lich asked for tight security at the Opera House, including the use of metal detector wands at the front door. Wow, that's so scary. But several hours before the event, National Writers Series executive director Ann Stanton drove her and the Lich to Sutton's Bay and up the road where the Ayans live. It was a foggy day with low visibility. And out of the mist, the three saw Jeff, Shalia, and their baby walking on the side of the road. Out of fear, Griffin ducked down in the back of the car, but Stanton drove a loop and encouraged the survivor to be brave. On their second pass by the cult leaders, Griffin popped her head out of the car and waved to them. Wow, what a power move! Jeff was not happy. He looked extremely angry, she said as the Opera House audience applauded her. Today was monumental for me. I faced Jeff today. During her brief stay in Traverse City, including the evening after the National Writers Series event when we decamped for beers and Euro at the U and I Lounge, Griffin was approached over and over again by locals who thanked her for her courage to travel here and face her tormentors and speak out. Oh, beautifully, beautifully written article. Thank you for writing it. Thank you for sharing it locally. And now hopefully we'll be able to share it nationally. If you have any people who are still curious about what's going on, please send them this article. I'll try to remember to pin it in that comment down below. A lot of people, and Jeff does this too, they have a hard time wrapping their head around him actually saying that he is Jesus, he is Christ. And there's a creator that actually made a really great short that kind of clips together all these moments where Jeff claims to be Jesus Christ. And I want to play this for you now.
I'm gonna be fucking Jesus 2.0.
I am the only child of God.
Because no one else is saying I'm Christ. It's just me, right? I'm the only one that's yo, I'm Christ, hi, came again. And I'm not hiding anything. I'm literally telling you I'm Christ.
I can never come back from telling you that I'm the prophesied second coming and showing you the image of the Christ was actually me, the second coming, not Jesus, the first coming.
The images of Jesus has been the image of Jeff. That's the prophecy you've been looking for.
You may have heard that I am the Master Christ. I said that. I coined that term. I made that up. I literally just made it up. And that's what I am. The second coming is prophesied to bring heaven on earth, to pave the streets in gold, right? But if you look really carefully about what I've done and what I'm doing, it's exactly that.
For you to have my divine light. It fills up every instant of your day.
I'm banging the Christ.
But we will see Jeff time and time again deny that he ever said this. It's this is what narcissists do. And I'm not diagnosing anyone, but manipulative people, cult leaders, narcissists, someone will have a definitive proof of something they did, and they will still deny. And they'll say, okay, but I have a video of you saying it. And I never said that. This is you saying it. What? And this creator also made a compilation of it's really funny actually, Jeff. It's a compilation of Jeff basically saying, look out for all other twin flame universe coaches. Look out, they're dangerous. They just want your money from you. And in the meantime, he's out buying a Porsche and
There are so many twin flame talkers who will talk you into giving them a whole lot of money. This is the Porsche. It's a $100,000 Porsche. For a solution that ends up being nothing but you giving them money. One of the finest Corvettes that you can possibly buy today.
Being scammed.
There are talkers who will talk you into their particular way. I want to be your guru. But it doesn't actually bring you anything but suffering. You. It may seem really sweet. They maybe have a lot of conviction and confidence. Like, I'm literally telling you I'm Christ.
It may seem innocent, for example, but like the ripple effects on a person's life that you're influencing can be deep and traumatic.
And I want to make sure that all of you doing your jobs.
There are a lot of false spiritual teachers out there that basically rehash spiritual terms and words into their own mishmash of vocabulary, and they get like a cult following, and it's really crazy.
hey, Jeff and Shalia, the call is coming from inside the house. Yeah. It's like the projection. It's the projection for me. It's giving projection. I'm not saying it that way to make fun of those phrases. I just can't say them with conviction. I'm too old to say it's giving. Sorry. But if you're young and hot and you can say stuff like that, go for it. Go for it. Anyways, I'm going to share this creator for you. So this creator is the Think This Through channel here on YouTube. Very funny. The compilations of Jeff and Shalia are some of my favorite things I've ever watched. I was just like dying laughing. Now, I've kind of roasted the Twin Flames Universe website. For a long time, their link to the summit was just not available. So at one point I was like, are they even having the summit? Did they like low key cancel this and then just not like update their website? But they've like kind of revamped it and they've added a ton of, I guess, what you would call resources. So I wanted to kind of share some of those articles with you. Oh boy, you guys, oh my gosh, there's another update. Okay. I just need to show this to you guys right now. This is like real-time updates. I wish I was live right now, but it's a Friday night. You're probably having a good time. Whereas workaholics like me, we're just at home working. Okay. This is their new website. Oh my gosh. This is the wedding. This is so messed up. It is so messed up that this is and I knew that this is what it was going to be. They're exploiting these two people who may have been matched by them, by the way. They're exploiting these two people on one of the happiest days of their lives to make it look like this is proof that what they say goes. This is proof that their way works. Illuminating the path home to eternal love. And this, like, it breaks my heart because this does look so beautiful. Like, all of this, it looks really beautiful. They look happy. They're backlit. They're gorgeous. People are celebrating. Like, I would love to have these flowers for my wedding, but it's so tragic to me. It's so exploitative to be like, you're going to have this beautiful wedding at this summit, and then we're going to put a video up on our website after we've gone through a scandalous 8 months since the documentary has come out, and we are going to make you two the poster children for a successful twin flame harmonious union. It is just frustrating for me. All right. So now they have all their success stories. Look at all of these. Wow, they've really revamped this. They must really be they are literally working overtime to try to make things, because it used to be like just this twin flames test. You would get here and it would be like, are you ready for your twin flame? Take the test now. So when I was first looking through this, I found a bunch of blog posts. So we have one that says Twin Flames, All the Secrets of the Journey. And then they have, every chapter. I mean, it's very well done, but it's definitely painted as this picture of trying to erase the past. Whoever they hired to like revamp this, Red Banyan PR, like, okay, good on you. But this is why we have to keep talking about it. So I'm just going to have to keep talking about Twin Flames Universe. I hope everyone's cool with that. Okay, so the article that I was really shocked by, because this has been one of the biggest questions. Do they really tell you to stalk your twin flame if they're not interested in you? Do they really encourage you to continue going after someone who is already married or already in a relationship? So let's get the answer to that question. What if my twin flame is dating someone else? What if my twin flame is dating someone else? Or worse, what if they are married to someone else? What do I do in these third-party situations? This is what we talk about a lot with cults, is they redefine common terms. Whereas I think it's reasonable to consider a third-party situation is how you describe why someone broke up. Why did that couple get divorced? Well, I don't know all the details, but I think there was a third party situation. And that would imply that someone in the couple cheated. A third party situation isn't typically described as you liking someone who's in a relationship. Like if I had a crush on someone in a relationship, I would never say I'm in a third party situation because my twin flame is married. If I meet someone who's married, I'm like, off limits, they're married already. That's, I think, what most reasonable, confident people do. So that's a redefining of a common term, and that's how cults start to get their own language, is because the leaders are having them read stuff like this over and over and over again, and we will probably come across more as we read more. But they're redefining what a third party situation is. They're not defining it as someone being unfaithful to you because you're in a partnership. They're defining it as you like someone and they're already with someone. So what do? You may think these are impossible situations, but tools do exist to navigate experiences where a third party is involved. That's what we do at Twin Flames Universe. We help you end illusory relationships and manifest union with your twin flame. Many members of Twin Flames Universe have successfully dissolved their twin flames third-party relationship and manifested a loyal and faithful twin flame union. I'm going to read that again in case we didn't understand what's actually going on. Many members of Twin Flame Universe have successfully dissolved their twin flames third-party relationship. So they've successfully been the third party. They've successfully been a homewrecker. They've successfully broken up other relationships. But this is all flowery language. Well, actually, through doing mirror work and manifestation, these relationships just naturally dissolved, and I was able to swoop in and be the savior and get into the heart of my twin flame finally. No, no, no. So instead of saying successfully dissolved, let's just say what it is and say you are a homewrecker. Like you kept pursuing someone who is already in a relationship. It's just messed up. That is our goal, to release all that is false and go where true love is. But how is this possible, and what are the tools that can help you to do so as well? Let's dive into it together. You and your twin flame are created to be together. And this idea in and of itself is the very reason why they justify being homewreckers, being able to try to sneak in between two people who might be happy in their relationship. They say, well, your twin flame was made for you. It's part of your same soul. Your souls are intertwined, you're connected, you are destined to be together. Nobody else should ever stand in your way. So if they have another relationship, they justify trying to sneak in and continue pursuing that person because they start truly believing this person's my twin flame and I am destined to be with them no matter what. You were created by the divine to enjoy life together. Your union is destined to forever be a safe relationship for you and your twin flame to invest all your loving energy into and grow in love forever. No karmic or soulmate partner will ever match the deep love and romance you experience in your twin flame union, and no third party will ever actually be able to come between either of you because of this. Oh, okay, so it's okay for you to break someone up, but it's never going to happen where someone else comes and breaks you up. Come on. The purpose of a third party. Why would someone choose to date or experience a third party? Third parties represent a choice of contrast. Ugh. Contrast is a tool that you can use to better understand and love yourself. And Abraham Hicks uses contrast too. It's basically anything that isn't that's in contrast to what you want. So you wanted to get the job, but you didn't get the job. Now you've been presented contrast, and this can help you learn and help you figure out how to manifest success so that you can be on the other side of contrast. It's just another way of saying, okay, you were disappointed. You didn't get what you wanted. And it's a tool that you can use to learn from, which is just like, why are we complicating all of this? I think we all know when we don't get what we want, we find a way to learn from that situation so that next time we can be better or a better fit for whatever we want. Maybe your twin flame is desiring love, connection, intimacy, and safety and wants to explore these things in a third-party relationship. It's completely normal to desire these kinds of things and desire to share your love with someone in a close and intimate relationship. In divine truth, a romantic and loving partnership is only appropriate for twin flames because these needs are divinely and perfectly met by each other and no one else. This is the reason why soulmates or karmic relationships always end, either in breaking up or divorce, despite long periods of time together. Without you, your twin flame feels whole but not complete. That's the principle of twin flames, just like the yin yang symbol. Again, justifying getting in between two people who might be happily in a relationship because, well, we're destined to be together. Our souls are like puzzle pieces that matched up. Terrible. Terrible. Because, see, I think I would guess if maybe I'll say it like this. If you're like me, you would not want to be involved in being a third party. Like that's not an ideal situation, right? It's never fun when you are in that situation. I think that there's always some amount of guilt involved if you find yourself being attracted to somebody who's already in a relationship. And I think for most of us, that's kind of what makes us pump the brakes because our morals tend to tell us, I need to figure myself out. They're in a relationship. I'll just wait till that relationship is done and then shoot my shot or whatever, right? But this ideology saying, well, your twin flame might feel whole but not complete without you, they're justifying you taking those actions that you wouldn't otherwise take in order to be with your twin flames. I've literally seen people in this open forum be like, my twin flame is a celebrity. How do I ever get to be near him? And it's like, sweetie, you probably won't. You won't. You're not gonna. You'll never meet a Jonas brother. Okay? You won't. That's not your twin flame. I'm so sorry. Like, what can I do to accelerate the process and manifest my harmonious twin flame union? You do not have control over your twin flame's choices, but you do have control over your own. Simultaneously, you and your twin flame are one and automatically make the same core choices together. So now this means that when you're thinking, oh, I really like this person who's married, well, if you're thinking that, since they're your twin flame, that would mean that they're also thinking that. This is what makes people delusional within relationships. Have you ever had someone that just couldn't get the hint and no matter what you said to them, like, I'm just not interested, I'm just not interested, they were like, just kept at it, kept coming for you, and you're like, I don't know what to do to politely get it into this person's head that I am not interested in them romantically. I don't know what to do. Twin Flames universe is the person chirping in the ear like, oh, they said no, keep going. Oh, they said they're not interested. They just don't get it yet. They don't understand. They don't realize that you're their twin flame, but they will. So keep going. And you're like, please get this person away from me. Perhaps your twin flame is being stubborn and constantly choosing to seek love outside of themselves with this third party. You can make the choice to be unconditionally loving and accepting of your twin flame's feelings, and then choose to place your attention back on what you have full and total power of, yourself. Apply the mirror exercise to the exact upset your twin flame is triggering in you, and this energy leak will be healed in your union. So heal yourself before you have your union, basically. It's kind of like another way of law of attraction. Envision your perfect life and it will miraculously appear to you. Anytime a twin flame makes a choice out of love, the choice of love will always win because it is the higher vibration. And using this term, like, it's the highest vibration. Like, if someone's in a relationship and you fall in love with them, love is the highest vibration. So that means you two should be together, even if it's going to utterly destroy another person and even break apart a family. That doesn't matter because you love them, right? Right? Wrong. How could your twin flame not be automatically attracted and magnetized towards you as you've shown them total unconditional love? Maybe even after many rounds of the mirror exercise, it still appears as though your twin flame is with their third party, happy and settled down with them, and this triggers deep insecurity or upset in you. Remember, this is your perception of their relationship and does not necessarily have any resemblance to real life. In this scenario, your twin flame is simply showing you where you are together, choosing separation consciousness or contrast. Because maybe it looks like from the outside that they're happy in their relationship, but I bet they're not because I should be with them because this is so delusional and it is so dangerous. This is the type of rhetoric and ideology that causes people to justify stalking their twin flame, to cross boundaries that their twin flame has put up. This is all dangerous and it is not healthy. Like, how dare this group of people claim that they can psychologically help you heal? Because that's what they're doing here. That's what the mirror exercise is supposed to do. That's the purpose it's supposed to serve. The mirror exercise is supposed to be a modality that they use to help you heal yourself and love yourself so that you can connect with your twin flame. Because if you heal yourself, you're healing your partner and your perfect union. This is dangerous stuff to be telling people. It's dangerous to be altering people's ideas of what morality is and what's ethical and flip it on its head to justify people doing things that arguably I would say are bad things, are inappropriate things, inappropriate behavior. In spiritual truth, you are one and not separate in any way, and your inner hearts are most filled when you are together on all dimensions, spiritually and physically. Thankfully, with the mirror exercise, the third party situation never has to bother you because you can just keep pretending that in some alternate universe you're actually together. Instead, you can see it for what it truly is, a perfect mirror for you to use to root out every last bit of separation consciousness in your beloved union. Third-party situations are always temporary because they have no real grounds to exist and build upon, not when compared to the unstoppable fortress of love that is harmonious twin flame union. All third-party relationships are simply tools, guiding all parties back toward their beloved, you to your twin flame, the third party to their own twin flame. So hey, it's okay if you break up a marriage where there are children involved, because you're just setting free their other partner to find their real true twin flame. That's not what's going to happen, because if these two people are married after a potentially grueling and financially straining divorce, the other party is going to have to go through a grieving period, recalibrate their life now, especially if there are children involved, and then hopefully, maybe one day feel the confidence to maybe start seeking out another partnership. That doesn't mean you're twin flames with their husband or their wife or whatever it is, because, oh, it's okay to break this couple up because that other person's just going to go find their twin flame. No, no, no. We're skipping a lot of steps that are detrimental to the mental health of that other partner, of the third party situation. It's like, you cannot promote an idea of love if you're okay breaking people's hearts who don't believe in what you're preaching. That is harmful and destructive and honestly disgusting. Remembering the truth and healing physical intimacy upsets. Remember, you meet your twin flame on the inside before you ever experience them on the outside or the physical world. As you spiritually align your being to the divine truth and the innocent desire to be together in the physical, it's so innocent. It's so innocent to want to break up someone else's relationship. No big deal. The outer will reflect this back to you. You and your twin flame are designed to be together, and nothing can truly stop this but your own resistance to it. If your twin flame is being physically intimate with someone else and this upsets you, remember the truth. No one could ever possibly give your twin flame the spiritual and physical satisfaction they seek but you, because no one else in all of creation is designed to do that for them but you. Why doesn't this just say, that's not your twin? Like, wouldn't it be easier to just say, hey, is your twin flame with someone else? Probably not your twin flame. Maybe it's a false twin flame. Maybe redirect your attention to someone who is available. Why is that so hard to do? Why? Why? The sex they may be having is much more like a handshake than anything else. It's just a handshake. Just stick it in real quick. Just a handshake. Just say hello. No one could possibly meet your twin flame in all of your most sensitive and intimate places but you. No one exists in that place for them but you. No one shares the oneness that you share. They are not enjoying each other because they cannot enjoy each other. Think they can. I think they can, especially if they're like married or have been together for a while. Healing the pain of twin flame abandonment or rejection. Oftentimes, the deeper purpose for these third party situations is to trigger deep core wounds, such as abandonment or rejection. Or maybe it has nothing to do with you because they're two separate people who are in a relationship and their relationship has nothing to do with you. Not everything is all about you. This is, I think, one of the biggest criticisms I have about this type of spirituality where everyone and everything and every experience is conspiring for you to have your best experience. Because that means that you would be the most important thing in the universe, right? And I think that that just grows your ego, right? Your ego starts getting bigger. Everything that happens in my reality is happening for me to teach me a lesson. When to me, I'm like, I don't want to fixate on what their relationship means to me because it has nothing to do with me. That takes a lot of pressure off of me to have to spend this amount of time trying to understand why that person isn't attracted to me instead of pouring my energy into healing this little crush I have and moving on a path to where I can actually be attracted to someone who is actually available to me and be happy. Not everything is about you. Not every single thing in your life that happens is about you. I think that's such, and this is totally my opinion. I know there are very spiritual people who watch my channel, and I'm a very spiritual person too, but I've kind of pulled back. I try not to share my own spiritual views because I'm not here to sway you or change your mind about how you see spirituality or the world. But for me, simplicity is key. And spirituality serves me in a way where it makes my life better, right? Law of attraction for me did not make my life better. It made me have really, really, really high expectations. And then when those things didn't happen, I was absolutely devastated. And instead of my feelings and my emotions being balanced, I was on a roller coaster moving up and down constantly to the highest highs to the lowest lows. And for me, it is not healthy. And I cannot help but wonder if telling people that, oh, well, their relationship is just supposed to be here to teach you something, instead of phrasing it like, did you learn something from this? Maybe you should find a way to be attracted to people who aren't already in a relationship. Maybe if you think this person is your soulmate, they're your twin flame, and they are clearly attached to somebody else in a happy relationship, maybe your attraction to them doesn't mean that they're your twin flame. Maybe your attraction to them actually is showing that you have a pattern of being attracted to people who are unavailable as a protective mechanism so you never have to get involved in a really serious relationship. So, what if you opened your mind and your heart to someone who is available? Because there are people who do that too, who are constantly attracted to people that are unavailable. That's something in you have to kind of heal and figure out. Maybe it is a self-protection. If they're not available, I can't get hurt because I'll never have them. So it's dangerous to think that every situation that doesn't involve you somehow involves you because you just saw it happen, right? You just saw it. Oh, I saw a couple holding hands walking down the street. Ugh, this is triggering me because I just had a breakup and how dare they hold hands in front of me? It's not about you. They're happy and they're holding hands. It's not about you. Sorry, I didn't mean to go on such a tangent, but I find this dangerous. In divine truth, your twin flame could never abandon you because they are you. No, we need to each be individuals. God could never abandon you. If God created abandonment, then it would be real. What? But it's an illusion because God only creates perfection and we are one with our beloved Creator. When you don't want to be with yourself, you abandon yourself and thus open yourself up to the experience of being abandoned by others. This is how mirroring works. But if you open up to your divine logic, then you will see, as I have seen, that you cannot be abandoned by someone because you are never claimed by them in the first place. You just experience the illusion based on the belief that you were claimed in love by them. People who abandon their relationship also practice self-abandonment, or else they would be incapable of the act. They're terrible writers. I'm so sorry. This is apparently an excerpt from their book, and it is awful. I read books every night. I used to recommend a book in every episode, but then I got feedback that my intros were too long, so I stopped. But I'd be happy to bring that back if you guys like reading. But I've read some good books, and this is not it. So just feel compassion for them and others when you realize this. When you choose to stop abandoning yourself and start listening to yourself and loving yourself where you need to be, you cease self-abandonment and develop self-trust, love, and confidence. As a result, your twin flame will change their tune about not wanting to be with you because in claiming yourself, you claim all of you, which naturally includes your twin flame because they are you too. Again, I don't want to date me. It would be difficult for me to date me. I need someone who's more grounded to bring me back down to earth sometimes. Okay. And that was an excerpt from their book, Twin Flames Finding Your Ultimate Lover by Jeff and Shalia. There's another little blurb all about twin flames. They try to sell you a course within each of these blog posts and then hyperlink to other blog posts. And speaking of trying to sell you things, they have something now called the Everything Package. What is it, you ask? Well, it's everything. The Everything Package gives you access to all Twin Flames Universe projects at once. It's a lot. And offers the greatest value for fully investing in everything you need to heal separation permanently. Guys, the Everything Package means that you don't ever need anything else. All you need is the Everything Package. Oh my gosh. 9 individual projects, 650 hours of video content, 400 plus classes, 30 plus e-course lessons, 2 4-part workshop series, 3-part guided meditation. And these are all talks that they've done and sermons. And these are, I figured out because I used to look at their YouTube channel and be like, if you guys are really offering value, you would have more subscribers to your YouTube channel. And I know before you rage comment, if you're a Jeff and Shalia supporter, I know I don't have that many followers on YouTube, okay? We're getting there. We're growing. I love my audience. I think the exact right people come here because we are all interested in the same thing and I wouldn't have it any other way. And I'm going to continue posting because I'm hoping that I'm offering value to people. But what Jeff and Shalia have done is they have created a business where they are the two figureheads, and then they've made themselves really inaccessible unless you attend their workshops, unless you attend their commune building summit, in my opinion. And then they keep all of their own videos that are not one of their coaches, because if you go to their YouTube, it's going to just be other people, just their coaches, because they hide all the things that they've made or they've talked about behind a paywall so that they can give you the everything package. The everything package saves you over $1,600 in comparison to purchasing each product individually. You can do a one-time payment of $8,888. You know why it's priced like that? Because the number 8 symbolizes infinity. 88888. Those angel numbers, baby, get you every time. So if you believe in synchronicities and angel numbers, you're going to see that and be like, it's a sign. It's a sign I have to purchase. Or the installment plan, 12 months, $888 every month. That is so much money. That is so much money. And these are people who are qualified in absolutely nothing. They have no qualifications. They just decided one day that they were going to be the two figureheads of this twin flame universe and that they would charge exorbitant amounts of money to tell people that it's okay to break up a relationship. So, what? There's so much on their website. It's actually quite entertaining to read through it. So if you want to read through it, go for it. If you want me to read through it with you on my channel, let me know. I would be absolutely thrilled to do that. And if you want me to keep talking about Twin Flames Universe, please let me know. I find it personally very, very important to continue talking about these active cults, but I also know there are so many more that need to be spoken about. And I think I came across one that I'm going to be talking about this week. Spoiler alert, it is weird. It's weird, it's vague. I'm like, I can't tell if it's a cult, but it's raising a lot of red flags for me. So maybe we can decide if it's a cult together. So I have that video coming up for you this week. So I hope you're looking forward to it. With all that being said, I hope you enjoyed this special Sunday bonus video. I always love giving you guys these little bonus videos. So thank you so much for tuning in today. If you're traveling this weekend for the American holiday, please be safe out there. Be careful. Don't have the fireworks too close to your face. Just be aware and protect yourself, guys. Be safe out there. Ask questions and always stay skeptical. Thank you guys so, so much and have a great rest of your day. I'll see you very soon. Bye.